It is me, Vegeta T23, and welcome back to my new What If. Today we're starting with a character not too many people remember. What if Tarble, Vegeta's brother, went to Earth with Goku? Before I start, I'd like to mention that I created a Discord server for you to join. The link is in the description of this video, so if you'd like to join in and talk to me and the rest of my fans, it's there. I'd also like to mention that I created an Instagram so you can survey my very uninteresting life. I mainly post Osu stuff. Now back to the video. Before we get into the whole story, I want to mention a thing or two. So, Tarble was sent to an unknown planet, as said by Vegeta in Dragon Ball Super when they attempted to find a 6th Saiyan for the ritual. So I'm gonna give Tarble a proper home, because his character was wasted on literally nothing. So this is his redemption. Nothing particular isn't changed to the story, just that Tarble goes to Earth with Goku. With this out of the way, let's start the series. Tarble was born 2 years before Kakarot. The king was relatively glad to see his second born not being a complete weakling. 2 years later, when Tarble grew up a little, he realizes all his hopes were kind of in vain, as Tarble has underperformed in combat way more than the king expected. He spoke with the queen to send Tarble away as to relieve him of the trouble of conquering violent planets and just send him to a planet where the power level is really low. Vegeta picked a planet outside of Frieza's empire, but he didn't tell Frieza about it. Tarble was then told he has a small trip to go to. The scheme was pretty straightforward. Program the ship to start malfunctioning inside of the solar system and then settle on Earth. That happened and Tarble was stranded in an unknown location, so he decided to fight for his life. From this point on, the story begins normally, with Goku being born as per usual and sent away by Bardock and Gine to save him. On Earth, Tarble is getting accustomed to his current life, with scattered transmission is incoming, saying planet Vegeta is no more. He lost all his hope to be saved and just began living normally. He decides to find some intelligent life forms as he begins his journey to the west. As night came around and the sun settled down, Tarble has been walking for ages, so he decides to take a quick break, cooking up a dinosaur tail before sleep time. He is then found by Gohan. Tarble is absolutely ecstatic he finally has someone to talk to other than himself as the two begin talking. Tarble, being a child, explains how he is a Saiyan and from a planet called Vegeta. Gohan tried to catch it all up but got confused halfway through, not believing the child. Tarble then whips his tail out, proving his claims and telling him about the Great Ape transformation and many other legends. Gohan is shocked and amazed he's had a conversation with an alien this entire time, but that's only the start as it begins to get a lot more weirder. A spaceship crashes down as the two feel a really massive earthquake. Tarble knows that quake from anywhere, so he tells Gohan to stay back as there might be another Saiyan coming back for him, as he doesn't want to get killed. Gohan doesn't give a shit though, and follows anyways. The pod opens as baby Kakarot starts crying. Gohan gets closer and decides that maybe this is another Saiyan baby just like Tarble, who might have escaped here or got stranded, so he takes Kakarot in. Tarble is also invited by Gramps, so now there are 2 Saiyans Gohan has to take care of. It's been quite a few years now. Kakarot was renamed to Goku since they had no name for him. Although Tarble has been complaining to Gohan about giving a Saiyan the Earthling name, but Gohan dismissed it. Goku was 11 and Tarble was 13. They were pretty much like brothers ever since the head injury incident that happened to Goku. The two were catching fish for a feast later that evening. All of a sudden, an unknown car approaches and loses control and is about to hit Tarble. Tarble just disappears before the car hits him. We see Bulma exiting the vehicle and looking around for the boy. All of a sudden, he appears right behind her and asks, where did she come from? While Bulma is scared shitless, Tarble then asks what is she doing here alone. She replies that she's seeking for the artifacts called Dragon Balls, and how they are quite rare pieces of artifacts. Goku and Tarble look at each other and then decide to ask their grandpa for help. Bulma questions the boys' tales, but Tarble just says how it's a family thing, that being the initial reason why they live here. Goku kinda confirms it and Bulma just rolls with it. They arrive at the residence and Bulma immediately notices the bright, obnoxious, and orange ball sitting on a shelf. So she attempts to take it, but Goku is quick enough to just sweep it away. Bulma tells them they can have a little peek if they give her the Dragon Balls, but Gohan has a better idea. Them going with her along with the Dragon Ball to search for those Dragon Balls. The boys are quite interested in those Dragon Balls, so they ask Bulma to take them along. Bulma accepts and they start looking for the Dragon Balls. After a bit of searching, they rest and go to sleep. The next day after a shower, they come across a lost turtle and they are trying to find the shore. When they do, the turtle asks the two to wait, and they do so. Turtle then returns with an old man on his back, and of course it's Roshi. Bulma notices the Dragon Ball and asks for it. Roshi's lewd nature is forcing him to ask Bulma to see her underwear. Since Goku didn't pull her undies in the morning, Roshi just gets the underwear as his eye candy and not the other thing. They get the Dragon Ball and they go on their merry way. They then go into an unknown village and see the Dragon Radar beeping. They know the Dragon Ball is here, or at least close around here. After a while, they realize that Oolong is haunting the whole village from the villagers. Oolong then comes to pick up a little girl. Tarble, who is immensely more powerful than just Goku in the original, goes and catches Oolong in the act and ties him up. They then take Oolong with them on the search. They then go through the desert and Bulma is tired as always. Tarble picks her up and continues on the way, flying away. Bulma blushes, of course. They come across Yamcha and he proposes a fight. Goku accepts and punches him a new one. They then arrive at the Fire Mountain and search for the Dragon Ball there. They come across the Ox King and he takes them on. Tarble just rushes in and blocks the sword sweep by catching the sword and snapping the blade in half. Then Roshi arrives and sees the burning mountain and extinguishes it with a Kamehameha. Tarble is amazed people that can control their energy exist on this planet. Tarble shows off with his Gallic gun and impresses Roshi. Goku also impresses Roshi by copying Roshi's Kamehameha, and now Roshi is thinking about Gohan telling him about his two boys he found in the woods. Roshi is impressed and wants to train the boys. The duo accepts. After that, they go to find the rest of the Dragon Balls. They come across the Pilaf gang and they get trapped. Tarble just punches through the wall and reveals Pilaf's lair. He gets their Dragon Balls back and they summon Shenron. Bulma is hesitant about a wish. Oolong is about to make a wish, but then Tarble asks Shenron about Planet Vegeta and if it really was destroyed. Shenron says the planet indeed has been destroyed and how there are a few remaining Saiyans still alive, count them as well. Shenron leaves and Bulma is pissed he used a very stupid wish for the sake of his knowledge, but she then sees him crying. Goku goes to console Tarble. Bulma then calms down and tells him if he wanted to know, she has no issue giving him the wish orbs. Bulma then calls the two in the city to have a meal and to socialize them both. They say they need to train with Roshi, but they can't spare some time, so they go. In the city, Bulma buys them proper clothes. With both Saiyans fully dripped out for the society, they go to Bulma's house. The second they get there, Bulma is teased by her mother for bringing not one, but two boys over and asks which one is marrying her daughter. Bulma explodes as usual and says that they're here to eat, not date. Tarble remembers the desert and him carrying her and starts feeling a little uneasy. After a meal, the two Saiyans then depart towards Roshi. And with that, we're leaving things be for now. Thank you for watching. If you think my career is over, then click dislike, but if you liked the video, hit that like button. If you'd like me to cover your idea in the near future, comment down below, and as always, peace out.